Okay, so here we have our bare root tree. Right here, it's ready for planting. We kind of have a little bit of a sunny day, so I have the bare roots in a moist trash bag right now. Don't want to stress the tree out too much, but I do want to talk about well, what are the components of a fruit tree first off. So right here is where we actually have what's called the graft union. And this graft union separates our rootstock from the Scion being the variety of fruit tree. So we're really particular about the Scion, the variety, and we're also particular about the rootstock. And you as a backyard orchardist should also be concerned about those things. So not all fruit trees are created equal, and not all rootstocks are created equal. So you want to make sure that you get the right fruit tree for your region paired with the right rootstock for your soil type. The varieties that we plant all have good disease resistance, and same with the rootstock varieties. The rootstocks are well adapted to clay soils. In some cases, they have good resistance to insect pests and good resistance to diseases. And that's exactly the same with the Scion, the variety type. There are hundreds of thousands, actually, varieties of apples out there. We only plant 4 varieties of apples here in the Kansas City area because we know that those apples are going to live a lot longer. They're going to have that good disease resistance, and they are going to produce. Okay, so here we have our bare root fruit tree, and as you can see, the roots go down about 8-10 inches from the root crown. That is the root crown. Now, your fruit tree, your bare root fruit tree is going to vary. In some cases, your roots may not be quite as large as this, and they will be more pliable. And so you may have to mound up soil underneath those roots. With this, we have a really strong taproot. And so we are not going to mound up soil first. We're going to have to kind of wallow out a little bit for this nice taproot. So now we are in the ground. Okay, so notice how we have roots, and actually with this one, we have roots that are generally in all directions radiating out from the tree. Some of your bare root trees may not have that, but we want to make sure that any of these roots, they do get spread throughout the entire radius of the hole. We don't want one side to have no roots on it. Imagine a big wind comes from the south and you don't have any roots on one side of this tree. That tree is not going to be well anchored into the soil. The other thing is you want to make sure that these roots are having access to all the nutrients around the entire radius of the hole. Okay, so now we've kind of mounded up the soil around all of the central roots, and we've spaced the roots out. We have them at different levels in the soil, so the tree is actually nice and anchored in. Now we can start bringing in the existing soil that we removed, the backfill. And so you may not be able to tell from the video, but we are on an ever so slight slope. And when we are on a slope of any kind, we want to make sure that we add a little bit more backfill on the downhill side of the slope. Now the reason why we're doing this is as the rain comes, this will actually help capture water that flows downhill. As we have kind of moved all the soil back in, we want to make sure that that soil is really kind of kneaded back into the hole. And so what we'll do is we'll kind of stick our fingers in there and we're pushing some of the soil in. And what that does is it removes a lot of oxygen that could be in the soil. Now, roots need oxygen, but too much oxygen in the hole around the roots will then lead to dry pockets around those roots. So we want to make sure that we have some compaction, but not a lot of compaction. Don't come in and step on the roots of your new fruit tree. Go ahead and kind of gently knead that soil back into the hole. Okay, the tree's in the ground, the soil's in the hole. Now it's time to mulch. And here we have, this is just regular wood chip mulch. Nothing special, but it is really special. It breaks down really nicely. It adds a lot of carbon to the soil. It helps keep the weeds out from around the tree ring, and it helps keep moisture in. The other thing that mulch does is it helps regulate temperatures in the summertime, so the soil will be cooler in the summertime, and in the wintertime, it doesn't get as cold and frozen. So we love wood chip mulch, and we like to put it on wide, but definitely not deep around the base of the tree. But then as we get out to the outer edge of the hole, we've kind of flared the mulch out a little bit more. So basically we kind of have almost like a donut or a big life preserver, but it's not a volcano. We don't mound the mulch up against the trunk, and we definitely do not want the mulch right around that graft union. Any moisture that's around that graft union can cause the tree to rot out.